Capricorn, welcome to your mid-June tarot reading. And do remember, time and energy is fluid, not linear. So do check the playlist to see what additional messages you have in your sun, moon, or rising signs. Let's get right into this and see. Wabam! We have I am present, or I am present. Present moment thinking, being here, being in the here and the now. I like that. Not concerned too much with the past, not completely in a daydream thinking about the future. You are in the here and the now, which is really good. It's really good. I spend a lot of my time in the future. So we have Enid, she who doubts. Oh no. Fear, wariness, and trust. What are you doubting here? Huh. That's weird because if you're in the present moment, so fear and wariness, that's more of a future thinking, you know, being leery of what's to come. You might be doubting something. Let's see. We have love. Listen to your heart, embrace what makes you happy. There are 1 million reasons to love. I don't know if there's some kind of thing going on here in your love life. I don't know. It's saying love yourself. Love in the present moment. All right. Capricorn. What is going on? Let's look at your recent past. Depending on your choices and all things considered, you may or may not have experienced this timeline yet. Who knows? I don't know. There's too many of you. Oh, okay. We've got the moon. It's Pisces energy. There's the fear right there. So this could be a past energy right here. 6 of Swords, but our past does, affect our future. That's good. And the King of Wands. We have some Leo energy here. Okay. Might be a player. Are you a player? Oh no. We'll see, Capricorn. Maybe dealing with someone you just can't pin down. Don't know. Boom, boom, a boom. Boom shakalaka. Here we go. 5 of Wands. Oh boy. Oh, King of Pentacles. We have some Taurus energy. And the 7 of Pentacles. Okay. Get your money on your mind. Mind on your money. Here we go. So, fear and competition. Those are the two things that jump out right here. Does this have to do with love? Maybe. Maybe there was some competition in love, brought up a lot of fears. Possibly. I don't know. That's what I'm getting with this. Let's see what else we can extrapolate. Something brought some emotions to the surface, that's for sure. Maybe things you didn't want to deal with, didn't want to look at, but you had to face them, whether you were afraid or not. These things, this chaos here, these things that happen, they'll keep happening in different ways. It'll keep coming out, this chaos, until this is dealt with, until it comes to the surface and we deal with it and we look at it. This it kind of almost feels like a dark night of the soul. You have to walk through this, follow your intuition, and not be afraid of what is in the shadows. It's not going to get you. I've been through some dark nights of the soul. You'll experience more than one, and man, are they terrifying. They really are, because it's a very deep look at the shadows you have within you. I don't know how else to describe it. When you are in a meditative state and you can really go deep down into those deep recesses, it is dark. It is pitch black. It reminds me of Stranger Things when 11 is in that blackness. That's what it felt like for me. But nothing in there can really harm you. So I feel like the moon here, our lovely moon energy, is helping guide you through this fear. Just staying on this path, as and just take it as it comes. But I feel like there could have been, during this time that was bringing up all these fears and emotions in you, this wariness and maybe distrust, it was because of the environment you were in right here. Of course, there's fighting and quarreling going on. Is passionate, maybe. Yeah, of course. Yeah. I see you saying, you know what? I'm out of here. You know, bye. That's what I see with the Six of Swords. You moving on to calmer waters. You keeping all the lessons you've learned, but you're like hightailing it out of there. Once you reach the end of that, road, that moonlit path, you're like, I'm done with this. I see you moving away from something for sure. Leaving something behind, leaving that behind, you know? And this is focusing on your pentacles, on being, having stability, and really putting a focus on your resources, right? So this is you know, getting out of that situation, whatever it was, and refocusing on you and growing your abundance. Flat out. That's just what that is. There we go. Really left that behind, like, I'm just over this and done with it. And we see this King of Wands energy. This is someone who's very bold. You might be starting your own business, because this is the visionary, the entrepreneur, the person who puts a passion project into motion. The King of Pentacles is also a businessman. All of the kings have that feeling, and the queens do too. They take charge of their life, and this is taking charge of your passions. I see you being single here, possibly for some of you, being happily single, outgoing, and really focused on your pentacles. This is focused on your harvest here, putting the work in every day. I think you like to have fun when you're not working, but I think you're looking at, in this recent past, you're looking at pretty much kind of all of your life, your resources, where you had been putting your energy, time, effort, money, all those things, and thinking about what you want to get in the future is what I see there. So a lot of contemplation on where you're going, after you got rid of that nonsense over there. It was a lesson learned for sure. Sometimes we learn the hard way, but at least you learn. That's the main thing. Ooh, Judgment. Now we have some Scorpio. Scorpio always shows up for you. I don't know why that is, but it happens a lot. But it's right there, kind of close. All right, let's see what else we have for you. Dun, 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 dun. We have the King of Swords, more king energy, a lot of wisdom, and the Tower. Woo-wee. Some of you, I instantly felt moving, changing homes, residence, something like that. We have the Three of Pentacles. And that is one of your cards, Capricorn. So you are here. You are showing up. That's good. Let's go ahead and cut. Ooh, ba-bam. All right. That Knight of Swords. And the Page of Swords. Communication. A lot of communication going on right here. So we have Judgment. That is Scorpio energy, but it's a wake-up call, a spiritual wake-up call. It's waking up to something, right? Something happening within you. It has to do with this creativity here, the Three of Pentacles, teamwork. You might have a brilliant aha moment almost within this to make your work stand out. Something is, I almost get a transformation feel with this. You're getting like a second chance to do something creative with other people, is what I'm feeling like. I almost feel like you're trying out for something, and people are watching you to see if you're going to be the best match, Something like that. Interesting. That's all I'm getting from that one. Some kind of second chance to work creatively. Wow. Look at all these swords here. A lot of communication. So we've got the king, the knight, and the page. Um, the king of swords, this is Aquarius energy, but this is an energy of someone who's very wise, very well-rounded, well-traveled, very knowledgeable. Crossed by the knight of swords, this is someone who's a bit more reckless, a lot younger, not as wise, of course. Trying to figure out who this is. I don't know. I'm not sure if this is you or if this is some people that you're dealing with in your life that are coming through. Because this feels like a boss type energy or a parental type energy, and then a kid, someone who's just starting out, who's very rambunctious and a bit reckless, right? So that's interesting. I'm not feeling like this is your energy, Capricorn. Yeah, I'm not feeling like it's you. I wonder how these people are influencing your life right now. Um, so I'm not sure how to feel about these. I'll come back to them in a minute. I'll come back to that. So something's happening here with the tower. Something is changing very dramatically, very drastically. Uh, that is weird. Okay, so I'm wondering, and it's crossed by the page of swords. Page is not ready for this. The page is a younger person. We have two cards of younger people here, the knight and the page. So the page here they're all very curious. There's something that this page still needs to learn, obviously. You know, there's this progression here from the page to the sword, to the knight, to the king. So I'm trying to figure out who these people are in your life. This second chance to do something creative. I don't know what's wrong with my throat. Hold on just a second. I need to get some coffee. There's a message coming through. This is a messenger about something that's going to change, something major in your life, maybe where you live, how you live. It has something to do with this talent you have over here. You're going to be, I get the feeling you're going to be offered either a higher up position, like a promotion here, or you're going to level up somehow. That's what I'm feeling. The Knight of Swords here, I'm not feeling that it's you, which is so weird. I'm like, who is this person and why are they crossing this King of Swords? Um, this Knight of Swords, this is Gemini energy. This is someone who's very youthful. They're gung ho. They're ready to go. I think maybe you have a choice. Are you hiring someone new? Maybe that's what this is. You're looking for, that's why this message is so weird. You might be looking for a new team or some younger energy for whatever it is you're doing here with this Three of Pentacles, because this is teamwork. This is teamwork. I think you have a choice here in these younger energies of who you're going to choose. That's what I'm getting here. I know that's not very exciting, but that's what I'm getting. These two energies here, very young. This one might know a little bit more. They're really ready to go. That's what I'm getting here with this one. This one's more malleable. this Page of Swords, they don't know quite as much as this one, but they're you can teach them and mold them kind of how you want to. This one I don't feel you'd be able to control as much, this Knight of Swords. This could be talking about your children for all I know. But these people are significant to your life in some way, in some creative way. Maybe you're thinking about creating or starting a business with your kids or these young people, is what I'm getting. A second chance for a family business. And maybe you're not sure if you want to do that or not. That's what I'm getting here. But I'm definitely feeling other people's energies. That's why I'm kind of thrown for a loop, because usually when I do my readings, I'm focused on you and your energy, but this is not. So we have the 10 of Wands. We have the 9 of Pentacles. That's good. I like the 9. And the 3 of Cups. All right, let's see what else is coming here. I see a lot of determination here. So let's see how this goes. I think you're looking for help with something. It's kind of what it's feeling like, because we have a whole team here. So we have 3 people here, and we have these 3 people here. Okay. Oh, the Fool. Look at that. Wow. Okay. 5 of Swords here. And the 5 of Cups. Okay. So we have the 10 of Wands and the Fool here in your future energy. Whatever this is that you're doing, you're not going to give up. You're going to see it through. I think you're needing help with something. That's what I'm getting here. That's why we have all these court cards. And this is saying don't give up. We also, stay on the path. We have that with the Moon card there. And it's, this is saying to stay positive, to take this leap of faith, to stay on this path, to keep going. You're almost there is what it's saying. But I think you need to ask for help here. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe the reason why I have trouble seeing what this is about is you don't want to ask for help. You want to be able to do this on your own. That's the pushback I'm feeling. Not wanting help from other people. Maybe that's what this is. Because we see this figure here carrying this burden and the brunt of all of this themselves. Carrying the weight, the responsibility all themselves. Maybe this is saying share the load. If these are your kids or if these are employees or people in your life, divide up this burden. You don't have to carry this all yourself here, Capricorn. Maybe that's the message that's finally trying to come through, because I felt this pushback. There was a wall up when I was trying to read this energy here. It's like it did not want me to get through. It was pushing back, like literally pushing back on me. So this is saying here with that Judgment and the 3 of Pentacles, you have to work with people. You just don't want to. What was that? You really don't want to. I feel that energy hardcore. Maybe it's because of this mistrust of others, a fear of somebody wrecking something or not doing it right. But I think you're going to have to take a leap of faith on this and find some people that you trust, to share the load. We have you being successful here and self-sufficient with the 9 of Pentacles. We have taking a risk again. We have taking this risk with the 5 of Swords. And man, are you taking a risk with your own resources? I'm not a financial advisor, but whenever you can, if you can use investors' money to take a risk, that's the way to go. But you might be risking a small amount of your own pentacles here. She knows how much she is willing to give to anything. She's going to keep 6 for herself and maybe, 3 to someone else, but not much. But not much. So I feel like there is this sense of risking here, something that you've worked for, and maybe that's where that fear is coming in, because you've worked hard for this. In your social circle, hold on a second, hold on, sorry about that. In your social circle, there's some disappointment in your community here. We see, celebration here, but, we have crossed by the 5 of Cups, sadness, disappointment, grief here. That's strange that this is coming up at the very end. I think that you are putting so much of yourself into your work, because I feel like this is a very work heavy reading, that you're no longer, you're kind of almost, you feel alone in this. You don't feel like you're enjoying this process. I feel like you're under a lot of stress right now to make this work, to make this happen, is what I'm feeling. Whew, this is very intense, Capricorn. I think you need to try to enjoy this creative process and relax a little bit. Retreat. Yeah, spoil yourself in the morning mist. Breathe in nature's sweet scents. You need to take a break. Phoenix, be prepared to be renewed after a period of crisis. Oh boy. Table, hard work ahead. I see that. Tower, a solid foundation and success with effort. And we have the Ram, a stubborn, aggressive person. Capricorn, my goodness. Woo! What an intense reading. You were, man, you're I feel like you need to ask people for help, for assistance in some way. So it says, Seneca, fate leads the willing and drags along the reluctant. Oh Lord, fate's providence. When things go well, quietly thank fortune for its favor, maintaining a humble attitude. A whispered thank you to fate keeps our ego in check. Success isn't solely our doing, it's a dance between our efforts and the universe's flow. This acknowledgement brings both humility and peace. That flow, it's blocked. I can feel it right here. There's some kind of hand up. I feel like it's coming from you, and it has something to do with teamwork, community, something like that. That wall needs to be taken down, Capricorn. I'm feeling it heavily. Wow. Let me know if this reading resonated with you. Hit that like button, share, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.